everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Aurorian Age videocast. Tonight, we've actually got about 3 or 4 beta keys we're going to give away. So keep an eye out on the chat, keep an eye out on the stream, and maybe you can be one of the lucky ones to get a beta key for this weekend. And Rowan, it's awesome to meet you also. So with me tonight, we have Bear.
How's it going, everybody?
We have Deuce.
Sup?
And we have August.
Hello, hello.
So now, kind of a big thing today. Second phase of beta launched. Everybody get in okay? Anybody have any problems?
I saw lots of dots going. Doot, doot,
Yeah.
doot, 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 doot.
I was playing the connecting ... game for a little while, but I got in eventually.
Now, somebody said that was their version of a queue. Is that a queue or?
Well, that's what we're speculating right now because like JoJo was sitting over here and she went to log in. She got the ... She's like, I guess I'll go fix me a sandwich. And by the time she got back, she was logged in. So it just sat there for about 15 minutes and then it just logged her right in. So that's what I'm guessing.
I was sitting for a while, and then Dash said that he just logged out and logged back in and got in, and then I did that and I got back in. So I think it's a queue, but there's also multiple login servers, and if you find the right one, you can get in.
So kind of if you hit one server and a lot of people trying to log in, you're queued on that server. But if you jump out and jump back in, you may actually catch a little gap there on another server.
That's what it seemed like, yeah.
Well, that's pretty cool. At least that gives people something else to do than just stare at the ...
Playing ...
I also noticed there was a lot of people in the beginners area again. So a lot of new players on our server again this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did a lot of or got some resources, made some trade packs for some trade pack runs later in the week for beta, and we set up a farm right there in one of the starting areas. And as I was riding through there, I mean, it was just a massive amount of people. So there are a lot of people starting this weekend for the first time, or restarting characters at least. It's server's very busy.
Yeah, you would think that they would have kind of put it as a recommended server. Maybe they just haven't got that, implemented yet. But, the server that we're on, it was, full the first day. So they brought up some brand new servers, but there's still tons and tons of people that are creating new characters on our server as well. Somebody was over at Omen and they said there was like 50 people there trying to smack him and get credit for that quest again.
Oh my Lord, that was a horrible bottleneck. By the way, DJ Chili, hey, good to see you. Yeah, that was horrible when we went through it the first time. I hope it's a little easier for everybody else. That was not a very nice bottleneck.
Yeah.
I did it again today, and I just grouped up with everybody there, and we got them second kills. So either I was very fortunate, or I caught it at a great time.
Yeah,
I might have caught it at a great time.
First time I went through it, I grouped up with everybody, and I got it. The second time, it took us like a half hour, and then the third time, I was like, the hell no, I'm not even going to try.
Yeah, first time we did the wind spirits or whatever, and you had to at least hit one of those first or something, and that took about 30 minutes. Omen, it only took about 30 minutes to get both of those. So at the time, I was like, oh my God, this took 30 minutes. But listening to some people, they're sitting there for an hour trying to tag that thing.
Yeah, I think the first time I was there for about 45 minutes trying to get those guys.
Guys, need 3 more follows. We'll give away a beta key for somebody who wants to jump into ArcheAge this weekend and check this game out. Yep, woot. So
there was even a worse one on the Harani side. They had a bunch of little boxes that would reappear in tents, and there'd be like 6 people standing around waiting to pick up one box, and it would disappear and respawn like 3 minutes later. You had to get like 3.
That's what somebody was saying last weekend, that they actually had worse bottlenecks, and I don't remember having any bottlenecks like that on the other side.
Me either.
But now that being said, last time we did a mass elf elf exodus.
Yeah.
Of about 70 or 80 grievance elves. So I don't know about the Newian humans, if there's any bottlenecks over there or not, because when I started the game, most people had gone through by the time I got into the original alpha.
You know, I still don't know what this questing you're talking about, because I still think quests are a myth.
Quests are a lie. There are no quests, Deuce. Just stay on the farm. Everything will be okay.
Just like, hey, Bear, what's the max level in the game?
I think it's around 47. Now, something did happen really strange with my character. Up there where 47 used to be, it says so now. That's the closest thing I can think of, because it's some kind of character. It looks like an S or something. I'm not real sure, but 50 is a lie. There is no 50.
So now, before beta launch, I had something interesting happen to me. I got a phone call. Believe it was from Memo or Bear. Actually, I think both of y'all called it at the same time, and then I got like 15 texts. I got hacked.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got hacked. I absolutely got hacked. I got a phone call. They knew I was at the fire station, so they knew I was gone for 24 hours straight. Knew that could not possibly be me, because my son may log into the game, but he wouldn't log into me. So I got a call saying I got hacked. And sure enough, Memo pretty much bumped the guy off in the middle of a hacking.
Oh, wow.
It was kind of interesting. He didn't really get too much that we can tell, although I don't have any what do we call it, store credits anymore. That's okay. I'll get all those back at launch, I guess. Yeah. And I spent plenty of them beforehand, so no big deal. But word to the wise to everybody: make sure you use a different password for your game than you do some of these other fan sites and out there, because there's not only is your Tryon account linked to ArcheAge, it's linked to Defiance, it's linked to Rift. So if you've signed up on any of these old Rift fan sites back in the day, or ArcheAge sites or Defiance sites or anything like that, and you're using a common password that you use on those sites for the game, then some of these sites actually get hacked. However they do that, I'm not a techie. All I know is things get hacked, and then my character becomes somebody else's for a little bit. But be careful, because if you use the same password, you're going to lose stuff.
That explains why there was a big green system message pushing that authenticator this afternoon.
Yeah, I would highly recommend an authenticator if you don't have one. Now the process to get my account back was interesting, because I'm sitting here on my tablet at the fire station. Everybody knows how easy it is to navigate forums and emails on tablet, right? It's about hit or miss half the time, pretty much. But I'm sitting here on my tablet trying to go through my email, and they make you answer questions like, when did you receive your first email from Tryon? When did you oh yeah, name some character names on your account. Oh, what was the other one? What was your credit card? Now, there was no way in hell I was putting my credit card number in there.
Get hacked. Stop your hack.
Actually, I think it was the last four. But it was a bunch of questions and stuff, like questions that I had put down 2010, 4 years ago for Rift. So I had no idea what my security questions were. Now, lucky me, believe it or not, I actually had my original email from Tryon, so I could put the date in there when I got my original email. And I honestly happen to know my youngest son's middle name. Thankfully, haven't killed those brain cells yet. Yes. So within 12 hours, I got everything back, and they gave me 2 gold for every level I was, which I had about 10 gold when I got hacked. When I got back, I had 0 gold. And then after I got my account back, I had like 60. So, hey, thank you, Tryon. Appreciate it.
Great way to make it.
Have any of y'all been hacked before?
Never. But I saw about it.
Yeah, I got hacked in WoW. Matter of fact, I think I was the XO at the time when we were playing WoW, and they got in and stole everything off of me and wiped out the guild bank, and it was pretty nasty.
Yeah.
It took a while to get my stuff back in WoW.
Yeah, Max, what's going to happen is there's going to be a key put up in the stream, and that way nobody can copy paste it. Because if we put it up in chat, people will be able to copy paste it. And, all those little programs out there that make things unfair. So we try to, grab yourself a pen and paper, a little camera phone, something like that, write it down, and enter it in wherever Tron lets you enter that stuff in. And Diocese, to answer your question earlier, I don't know if the authenticator for Rift is going to work with ArcheAge. I don't know how all that works.
Yes.
Actually, they announced it on the screen today that, hey, to stop hacking, we recommend that you get the Rift Authenticator.
Yes,
I would highly recommend it. It's not a good feel. It's not a good feeling being hacked. It's kind of like being violated in some really.
If you don't want to
way.
pay for the actual authenticator and you don't want to wait for them to mail it to you, you can actually get the app for Rift authentication, and the code comes up on your screen that you type in.
yeah, it works right on your phone. It's very easy to use.
And these companies, whether they're Tryon or Blizzard or Sony or whatever, they're going to make it right one way or another. I know back in the EverQuest 1 days, if something like that happened, whoopee, that's just what happened. But nowadays it's their businesses. They want to do this whole customer service thing, so they'll make it right one way or another. You just have to verify you are who you are, because somebody else might try to be you. Hey, man.
That's cool.
Good to see you.
Moo.
Yeah. Moo. Really cool. So, with ArcheAge Beta coming out, we have seen a lot of new people entering the game. Have y'all seen anything interesting this time around that you didn't notice last time?
I noticed that all the trees didn't come in fully done like they do when they reset the servers. But I was running through hunting trees, and like all the trees were on the same, like all the maple trees had exactly 4 hours and 30 minutes left until they were growing. So I thought that was kind of strange.
Well, they didn't freeze the server right after we stopped. They let us, after the servers come down, it actually kept going for a little while, and then they froze the server. So that's why, like, some of our stuff was, had time left, and some of our other stuff was actually ready to be picked. But it's not a fresh reboot, so that's why we didn't have all the trees and everything all over the place. But
That makes sense.
In fact,
Yeah.
didn't everybody have 5,000 labor when we restarted?
Yes.
Yes.
yeah,
As long as this wasn't your first time logging into beta.
correct.
Right. Yeah, that was pretty nice because we just go right to work, which is
Yep.
always nice.
Unlike when we launched last beta weekend. I mean, you see all those nodes and all those trees, you're like, I want to get it, and oh, I have 5 labor. What?
Yeah.
I mean, me and Dorian, because we were rushing through to get the portals and stuff, and we're like trading off. He would pick the first rock, and I'd get the Fortuna if it came up, and then we'd have to switch because I wouldn't have enough for the Fortuna, but he would. So, just kind of like we were trading off on the way across to get as much as we could as we go.
Well, that was like me last time. I was running with everybody. I'd see a little node here. I'd mine it. I'd see a tree here. I'd be like, oh, my Lord, a tree, an actual tree in the middle of a zone. So I'd chop it down and get some wood. And then by the time I got to the farm, I had 95 labor. Like, shoot.
Actually shed a tear when you run by a full-grown sequoia.
Oh, don't you?
Yeah.
Don't you? It's like a man. It's like, wait.
That's 17 long.
Ah.
Or how about you spend it all like picking rocks and trees, and then you don't have enough to put your farm down because you can't open up your coin purses.
Oh man, you know,
Well, you've opened too many.
Yeah.
they were actually talking about that in the last stream they did, that they're looking at labor as a whole, and they're going to try to fine tune it some, because some of the biggest complaints people had were, you know, not being able to open the purses and stuff while they were out leveling, you know, especially starting off. That, and we've seen some changes with the labor potion. You know, now it's you can actually buy it with your loyalty tokens, and not just with the little Jimmy thingies. I forgot what those are called.
Little Jimmy thingies. That's their official name.
Little Jimmy
Jimmys.
thingies. Little Jimmies.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You know, when you go in
marketplace currency.
the marketplace, Kurt.
Oh, okay.
The little Jimmy thingy, the little
The
blue gem.
gems, not Jimmy's gems. But you know, I'm really looking forward. You know, even though I am very reliant on labor because of, you know, the crafting and stuff, I'm still looking forward to them fine tuning the labor potions, because right now I figured it out. I can get over 14,000 labor a day.
Yeah, I don't like that you can do it on alt and just change out and use the labor potion on your alt and get your labor back.
Now, you can't do 14,000 because you can only have a total of 6 characters.
That's 12,000 plus the 2,440 region.
Oh, well.
4-hour period.
Yeah, they're going to fix that.
Yeah.
There ain't no two ways around
So,
that.
in other words, 14,000 labor in a 24-hour period is just ridiculous. It's game breaking.
Yeah,
I'm
and then
Yeah.
buy those vocation potions too with all that, and you can get twice as much vocation experience.
But
Yeah.
see, I mean, you can ask Stunner. Stunner kind of capitalized that on Omega, and he was like at, I think it was at like 998. Yeah, excuse me, 48 and a half. And he said, "Hey, I got one of these potions. Can I go clear the farms?" And I'm like, "Sure, clear the farms." And before the farms were done and his 5,000 labor was gone, he had made 50 or so. You know, it depends on how you look at it.
Well, Stunner just made a good point. He's like, you know, if one of your character has the
Good point.
12-hour debuff, you can delete that character, roll another one up, and get it up to 15.
Yeah, because you can get up to 15 in 2 hours easy.
Oh,
Easy.
yeah. So, yeah, they're going to have to fix that.
Now, somebody said they were going to use, we're in TeamSpeak, and I don't know where they got this, so don't take this for verse at all. But somebody said they were looking at using the loyalty tokens for this.
Well, they have moved it over to the loyalty store, and we did hear that they're taking it out of the standard marketplace. But like I said, that's just rumor. It's not confirmed, but man, that would be a game changer. I would love to see that come about.
See, I don't see that happening though, because that's one of the constant buys with, you know, actual cash. Loyalty is through time, but you know, the gems used is through cash, and you take it away from the cash part, and I think they're going to lose a lot of, you know, cash buy-ins.
Yes and no. You know, we've seen a lot of games come with where they have the nice little, they put new mounts in the game and sell them. They're no faster than any other mount, but they put a new mount in the game and it looks really, really cool. Everybody's like, oh my God, I got to have that mount. So they go buy the mount. Then you see new clothes in the game, or a sword skin or shield skin, armor skin, or something like that. They'll make plenty of money. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it, because right now it's with the labor potions, it's really borderline pay to win.
I don't think it's borderline right now with that. I think it is pay to win.
Yeah.
With how
right.
it is right this moment, I would agree with that. But yeah, I didn't even think about the weapon skins and stuff. People go nuts for that. Hell, I love getting new shiny weapons. Well, you don't actually, with the skinning in the games now, you don't even have to get a new shiny weapon. You can go, ooh, my weapon can now look like this.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I mean-
And, you know, the more it glows, the more it sparkles, the more fire that shoots out of it. I like it.
Yeah. I've seen videos
Well-
with Griffin or Pegasus mounts too, so I'm waiting for those to show up on the store.
Well, y'all just look what WoW did back in the day. They brought out the first time that we saw a mount like that come up for sale, and I forget the exact numbers, but it was somewhere along the lines of 50 million of those sold within the first like 10 minutes.
Wasn't that the plushy pets?
No,
The
this
little
was
fire
actual.
cat?
No, this was a mount that you could ride. Well, within 10 minutes, they had sold over 50 million of them.
Was it the rocket ship 2-seater?
No,
that was for a recruiter friend. Never mind. Sorry.
Well, I know they had some type of little fire kitten or something, Naomi put on Facebook about a year ago, and they probably made millions off of those things because everybody. I mean, it was like crack to some of these plushie collectors. You know, they'd be yeah. The Arthodon's lighting up the WhatsApp there. And yes, Arthodon, to answer your question, we got our mouse pad, and I guess you didn't.
Oh, poor Arthodon.
Isn't he at work though? He might have got it in the mail. He's just at work.
He may have, and I don't usually plug another game, but if you want a really cool mouse pad, hop over to the Star Citizen site over there. And I'm not going to pull all my stuff off this mouse pad, but this daggone mouse pad is like 3 foot by 1 foot. You put your keyboard, your peripheral, your mouse, your Yeti if you have one. You put it all on it.
You can use it as a blanket.
Pretty much. Thing's freaking huge. You know, is it better to just ignore all yellow quest and just do the green main quest? No, not really. First of all, you don't have to do quest to level up. You really don't.
I can attest to that.
Deuce can attest to it. Bear can attest to it pretty much. But if you're doing quest, don't do just the green quest. The green quest are your storyline, and they're going to give you Gilda stars. But if you're looking to get quest armor, you need to do the yellow quest because a lot of the yellow quest will give you some quest armor, which always helps when you're trying to beat on things to keep them from beating on you.
Yeah, I did a test when they changed the Gilda star drop rate. I went through just trying to do the green quest to see how fast I could get my stuff, and I ended up like 4 or 5 levels too low for some of the quests that I was doing. So
and that does bring up a good point. One of the changes that we saw was the drop rate on the Gilda stars for the first like 15 quests. They changed it from giving you 2 at a time to 1 at a time. So everybody out there that was planning on running to level 8 so you could have your 15 Gilda stars to go put your house down, that ain't gonna happen now. No. So it takes a little bit longer. I mean, if you can do and just do the green quest, but you're still going to be, pushing a level 11, maybe 12, somewhere in there, and it's going to get a little bit harder for you because your gear is going to be lacking and stuff like that. So they are slowing it down, which is good to see, because like we saw when beta launched, there were areas of land that was gobbled up by just those house placeholders. Man, they were everywhere.
Oh yeah, and Rosal, a lot of people. Some of it's they missed the donkey quest. Some of it just isn't important at the time to do the donkey quest. I know for myself, I went and got my farm, raced to go put it down where the guild was putting their stuff down, and then actually went back and got the donkey quest.
Yeah.
And also, if you're wanting to skip quests to get yourself front of the pack, things you need to remember: signpost quests are daily quests. They're just going to be kill quests, and there's no repercussions for not doing those.
No, Grats Cross.
Yeah, Grats.
Look forward to seeing it in game. I'm serious. I do look forward to seeing you in game. But so the yellow
farm
quest,
hands.
Yeah, I got plenty of farms to be picking and planting, especially the plant part. The yellow quest, that's where your money and your armor and stuff like that comes from. But you don't have to stay in order on those. If you know exactly what quest, pretty much you can go. You may have to do a precursor or 2, but you don't have to follow a line. But on the green quests, if you fail to do a green quest, the other green quests do not light up. So that is the storyline, and you must follow the storyline.
And how many times have we heard somebody go, "Hey man, I lost where my green quest was. Anybody know where I can find my green quest?"
Yeah, I did that in Alpha the other night.
I mean, you got to stay on top of those things, or you can get lost and then lose it, and you'll be going back running all over the place looking for that green quest.
I know for the cats, the green quests drop off a few times. You got to just keep going on your regular quest lines to catch them.
Yeah, that's true.
But all you have to do is, if you go in your quest log, if you ever do, you lose your quest again. Look at, like right now, I'm on chapter 4. That's the section of quest I'm in, and the quest is right there. And all you have to do is highlight it and then open up your map, and
hang on a second.
It'll show you where it's at.
Right,
Stunner. As many times as you've been watching this cast, you're just now following us, Stunner. Oh, you're gonna catch you when we get in team speak.
What? Whoa.
Epic fail.
Epic
Wait a
fail.
second. Didn't he call me a noob the other day?
He did call you a noob.
Yeah. That's the noobish of it all right there. Come on, Stunner.
Gibbons. Actually, at launch, we're going west. We're Nuian and Elven and Alpha. We decided to go Eastern Continent for beta just to change it up a little bit. And at launch, we're going Nuian and Elven. It's already been decided. That's what we're doing.
and the vast majority of the guild prefers the west side. So,
And there's nothing wrong with rednecks.
But I'll tell you,
Holy smokes, where'd that come from?
He said we look like rednecks. I'd say he's right.
Like rednecks.
Tennessee, Mississippi, Georgia. Yeah, I'll eat
I'm
that.
from Georgia.
Absolutely.
SEC, baby. SEC. That's all I got to say.
I got my redneck the old-fashioned way. I earned it.
Amen to that, brother. But go ahead, Deuce, if you remember what you were talking about.
Everybody talks about, this looks. I don't care what my character looks like. I care who has the best racial. And currently in the game, the best racial is the elf because of the swim speed and the underwater breathing.
Phooey.
Because I'll tell you, there's nothing like backpedaling in the water while 3 people are trying to kill you, and as a primeval, you're killing all 3 of them because they can't catch you.
Yeah. Get back to the quest and stuff. Well, you need to be careful with the quest, obviously, is with the story quest. But I noticed if I did the story quest, and let's just say I'm around level 23 or whatever, then I go craft a whole bunch of trade packs, work on the farm, get about 5 or 6 levels because I'm helping the guild, and all of a sudden all my old quests are gray. So now I got to kind of pick up and find where I need to start the quest again.
Well, you got to be careful doing that because that happened to me when Deuce somehow or another he stuck me into the farm. He plugged me in down there, and he put a chain around me, and I couldn't get out of there. But no, I was questing over in Dewstone. I ended up on the farm. Then I was level 36 or so, and we went to Halcyona, and I still had Dewstone armor. And I was getting my hind parts kicked out there in Halcyona.
Hold on. To my defense, remember why you went out to Halcyona? Because I said, bear, I need all the help I can get because I just got smoked by a bear 3 levels lower than me.
I told you to quit pulling a bear's tail, man.
And I'll tell you, it is great experience doing crafting and farming and everything. But yeah, you got to be careful of your gear level and stuff. I mean, otherwise, even it was difficult for 3 of us at 35 plus to get through Halcyona.
It did.
Guys and gals, if y'all have any questions, feel free to ask them. We love this game. We're comfortable with each other. We're good friends. So we'll sit here and shoot, just talk all day long. So, feel free to interrupt us and answer any questions you want to. One more follow for the next key. One more follow. We're giving out another key. So if you're Excalibur, good to see you. It was good to meet you. It was good to meet you this June at the real life get together. If that's the same Excalibur. Maybe not. But
how long do you think it will take a casual player to hit max? I consider myself to be a pretty casual player. Okay, maybe I'm not a casual player. But JoJo is. JoJo's a good example of a casual player. Yeah. Now, she has been doing some crafting, but she's still very casual even with her crafting. And on the Omega server, yesterday, she hit level 50. So that took maybe, about a month?
Yeah, 3 or 4 weeks, I'd say.
Yeah, 3 or 4 weeks. It's really not that hard. I love that bear beer.
Well, if it would have been me, we would have said bear buns, like Ruin said earlier today.
Bear, I have something to add to that though. And here's the thing on leveling. And yes, I'm a big, crafting-aholic and stuff. But you don't have to be a crafting-aholic to capitalize on labor.
Yeah.
Okay. And the only thing you got to do when it comes to labor and leveling is make sure you're not going to ever hit the 5,000 cap. Because once you hit 5,000 cap, you're wasting labor. Now, I don't care how you spend it, whether it's, opening, your coin purses, whether it's chopping down a tree in the wild, whether it's picking rocks, anything, it all produces XP from using labor. And that adds up over time. You don't have to be crazy like me or like when I chain, Bear to the farms or anything like that. You don't have to make 50,000 trade packs like Steel does or anything, but just use your labor wisely and you'll see the benefits of it as you go through. Plus the guild will like you for it because you're actually filling in a void, that some of us can't do.
Yeah, on my alpha character, I never used my labor, and I had struggled to get past 40. On Omega, I hit 50 real quick just by making sure my labor was efficiently used.
Yeah,
absolutely. And you want a well-rounded character. You want to experience different parts of this game. Some of you may be PvPers, some of you may not, but I encourage everybody to get with a good guild and go out there and PvP too, because it's fun when you sink somebody else's ship. It's really fun.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and tell that story. We were running a trade pack the other night, and we were running into Yenister, I believe it was, and we pulled in there. We had 2 galleons with us. Or I'm sorry, we had 2 loot songs and a cutter. Is that the right?
Like 47 trade packs.
Yeah, we had 47 trade packs. So once somebody came up with their little harpoon ship and they harpooned us and started trying to pull us away. Well, our other ship just kind of turned to the port side.
It's just like, what are these guys doing?
Broadside.
We had 40-something people sitting on 2 galleons.
Now, to their credit, they were like, "Holy smokes, guys! We really didn't mean to start anything, but you got to realize they attacked us. They attacked our ship and was trying to manipulate our ship, which to us is an act of war.
Right.
And Grievance does not.
Harpoon one of our ships gonna blow you out of the water.
That's right.
And they got the business end of 8 cannons.
Right,
and I think I saw about 20 gliders take off toward them.
Yeah.
I was.
Congratulations.
Congrats. Somebody had a question up there. Live Long, Die Happy had a question somewhere.
Well, the thing about that trade run thing is we were buttoned up real close to the docks where we were under protection of the guards, and they were pulling us away from the protection of the guards. So, and there were Reds waiting on the docks to try to attack us. So we had no choice but to take that boat.
Live Long, Die Happy. How do you deal with labor problem once you run out but are playing free to play and therefore do not? Oh, damn, scrolled up. I lost it. Therefore, do not have offline labor game.
Okay, I can actually answer that. They have it set up that way on purpose, and I hate to say it, but they want you to be a patron.
Absolutely.
And unless you're a patron, you're not going to get, the benefits that patrons get. I'll give you a good example, and something we don't even notice is we get 10% increased experience for being a patron.
Yeah.
Just plain out right there. That's a labor potion going on at all times for us.
And I'd encourage you to get in there, experience the game a little bit, see if you like it. It's well worth it. I mean, it's $15 now. Nowadays, that's pretty much a fast food meal at McDonald's, or at least 2 of them. Depending on what you eat. Always worth it. Gibbons said, I'm pretty hardcore East Side, and wow, something's popping up all over our screen. A pretty hardcore East Side, been so since Alpha. What are your plans for PvP during launch? We're tending to be pretty much the police of our server, pretty much. We're going to patrol it, going to try to keep it in order, and going to be sinking a lot of ships, hopefully.
You know, I got something to add to that, and I know we've talked about it before, but we normally don't go out looking for the fight, but when somebody messes with a grievance member, they mess with us all, and we come out in force, and we protect our own. So, you know, call us White Knights, call us the police. I don't care what you call us, but I guarantee you get in trouble, you will be calling us and asking for our help, because we will be there helping those in need.
Yeah, and you know, I don't get into the politics about free to play and pay to play. I look at it this way. It's their game. However they want to try to make money, they can make money. If the people don't like the way they're doing it, then
they got the video up.
Oh, there it is.
That's me on that glider.
Yeah. Oh, here comes the pain.
Oh, there he is pulling you away. Boom!
Yeah, you can see everybody getting those cannons ready.
It's about time we told them waste them.
Yep, there it goes.
Yeah, I forgot we had the third galleon out there.
Yeah.
He didn't have nowhere to go.
But going back to the PvP thing, I'm not a big PvP player, but we were running a pack the other night, and as we were going out, there was another little ship that was right there, and somebody harpooned it and was starting to attack them. So I told everybody it was on the port side. I was like, waste that mother. I was like, you know, no, it wasn't our fight, but that was one guy and his little sailboat trying to make some, trying to make some money for himself or to go get his, large farm. And I got no problem helping somebody else out there like that. So we wasted a pirate.
Why not?
That's kind of how I see my personal play style, But of course, if you catch me out in a PvP zone, yeah, I'm an easy target.
Me too. Guys, he says, are ships owned or okay. Are ships owned per player? If so, is there a minimum number of players needed to sail? Yes and no. Technically, you can sail a ship with one player. However, what happens if you try to sail a harpoon clipper with one player?
Trolled to the bottom of the sea.
Oh, yeah.
They can actually jump on your boat, hook your harpoon to the bottom of the ocean, and reel you in. It takes you down underwater. They release it, and you go flying through the air.
Yeah,
way up in the air.
Yeah,
and if you happen to be on one of the big galleons, they can drop your anchor. They can drop your sails. It's never a good idea to be on a ship by yourself.
But man, this is a PvP game. At the heart of it, it really is. And with that comes a lot of douchebags. The douchebaggery that we have seen from some of these people is just outright epic.
Now, I will tell you though, Steel, in people's defense, we have found a lot of good players outside of Grievance.
We really have. And there are some really good players.
I mean, we're definitely not the only good people out there. Now, I think we have some really good people, but there are also a lot of other good guilds out there and stuff that, come to the help of others and play an honorable game, as honorable as PvP can be, but they don't turn on their own faction and stuff like that.
No, there was one time I was over there in Sand Deep doing a quest where I had to wait and kill this a 1-star that spawned, or 1-star, 2-star, whatever need a little extra oomph to kill. And I was there. There was a player from the other faction across from me, and he started battling this guy. He was losing, so I'm thinking, why not? So I helped kill off the mob, and then he stood there and waited until it spawned for me and helped kill off the mob for me.
Yeah.
You don't see that a lot, but there are good people out there.
I don't know how many times I've seen somebody from our faction and from other factions having trouble with the mob, and I was running by. I just unlocked the mob for them, so I gave them a little bit more space, and they were able to kill it, and they're like, gee, thanks, dude, that's cool.
Yep. Oh, and that's like, JoJo was up north at our farms up there, and she was watering our archeum trees, and these reds came by, and, of course, JoJo was like, level 18 or something at the time. And she's like, oh, God, Bear, somebody, there's reds up here. And they actually went and got water, brought it over to her and dropped it off and was helping her water the trees. There are very, very good people out there.
Okay, that's a total different thing than I found the other day up at the wall, but
Well, you're not, a cute little girl.
that's true. But 7-on-1, that was a bit much.
Yeah.
Sore?
Huh? No. Hey, I look this way. It was 7-on-1, and when it was over, it was 0-on-6. But I did take out one, so hey.
Yeah, you went down fighting. There you go.
Yeah, always.
There you go.
I mean, I could have not killed anyone, but I'm still gonna go down fighting. It's all
Appreciate
fun,
that,
though.
Chuba. We like to think we're nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the bear guy over there. He's killed me multiple times.
You got to watch that guy in the corner.
Which corner? We're all in corners.
Oh, I guess that's true. Well, there you go.
All right. Dash says 2 more follows, and we will give away another key. So we're gonna hang tight. Not gonna end the cast until we give away another key, or 15 minutes, whichever comes soon. I'm not gonna stay on till midnight. Well, I probably would, but it makes it really hard to upload it to YouTube when you get that much time.
Hey, I will tell you this though: if you are looking for a good guild, and you don't have one in the game right now, you are in game. Just give us a chance. Come check us out. Come find out what we're about. Get on the web and stuff. And the guild sells itself, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. You're not going, and of course I'm partial, but you're not going to find. Grievance. You're not going to find a better group of people to game with. You really won't. These people are amazing.
Yeah, I've never played with a better group of people myself. So.
Yeah, live long. We have we're an international organization. The Grievance ArcheAge Guild is actually a chapter of Grievance Global Gaming, which consists of about almost 7,000 people. So ArcheAge is just a chapter. We have people from all over the world that game with Grievance, and we've got Mags from where? The Netherlands?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
Mags. There's a few Australian players. So we're mostly North American based. But yeah, absolutely come play with us. We got people play this daggone thing 24/7. I honestly think some of them are robots because they just don't sleep.
Yeah. I think I joined up with Grievance about 8 years ago. I've never looked for another guild.
Nope.
That was an interesting dinner.
Yeah.
Lunch.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a very interesting lunch. We drove down to the coast and was meeting up with Travis, and next thing I know, we're meeting up at a Mexican restaurant, and we were getting ready to
Los
start.
Amigos.
Yep, we were getting ready to launch
Vanguard.
Vanguard. That's right, Vanguard.
Vanguard.
So disappointed.
Yeah.
No.
At least I don't feel that way going into ArcheAge. I mean, ArcheAge I absolutely love this freaking game.
I'll tell you this, and I'll give the guild one more plug. I actually came to the guild for WildStar. And one of the great things about this organization is its seamless transition from game to game to game.
Yeah,
it's like you go. I went from WildStar Guild, and they give me a little stink every once in a while because they say I abandoned them. But I still have friends over in WildStar. They come talk to me, I talk to them, and it's just seamless transition. And pretty much any game you're in, it's the same kind of people, just different names.
Yeah, pretty much. And if you're interested in checking us out, it's right there on the screen that you're looking at us at. It's bottom right there, grievancegaming.org. But back to ArcheAge. We can sit and talk about Grievance for weeks, not hours.
I'm still waiting. Steel, I'm still waiting for you to give me a cast on crafting.
Do me a tutorial, brother. Do me a tutorial, and we'll have a cast on crafting and show Deuce's tutorial and all this other stuff.
No, I just want to talk about crafting for an hour.
We can do it next week, crafting. All right, you heard it here. Next week, we are going to talk about crafting. We're going to have Deuce, Bear, probably
Sure.
Bear, I won't be here. I will actually be on shift next week, but we'll get. I think Marissa's slated to be on here. We'll get her, and we'll get another crafter, and boom, we'll have a big talk on crafting. Absolutely. Plan on about a 2 or 3 hour cast. Bring your coffee.
Yeah,
I can
you let me
definitely
loose on crafting, and I can definitely talk for hours and hours and hours. It's
Yeah, live long and die hard or die happy. To sum up crafting in this game,
same thing.
yeah, same thing. Live long and die happy. It's basically like the in-game rating in other games. Crafting is really, really, it's something that you got to work at for a while. The way the armor is done, you've got to make your level 20 piece to use for your 24 piece. I mean, it is a serious, undertaking for a lot. Even your potions are that way. Even cooking's that way. I mean, so they've made it to where it's going to take longer to get some of your better stuff, but the end goal, man, the stuff is phenomenal.
And I'll tell you this, if you want to learn about crafting, this is the place to do it, because we got plenty of people to talk about it. I actually took 3 people on channel the other day. Somebody says, "Hey, Deuce, can I ask you some questions about crafting?" Sure, let's go down to party 2. Oh, anybody else wants to talk about crafting? Come on to party 2. 2 more hop down. I'm go ask away. I am an open book tonight. And they just started asking questions, and I answered the best of my ability, and we talked about everything, and hey.
We're gonna drop a deuce.
I know you did not go there.
You need a key soon.
Oh, you got jokes. That's okay.
Awesome.
I know where you live.
That's the producer. That ain't me.
Oh, I know that ain't you.
That's awesome.
That's hilarious.
He's just jealous because he's like level 6 still.
Is this game worth it? Like all games, its history won't be written about it for a year or 2 years from now. Depending on what you like in a game and what type of aspects of a game that you want to experience, this game could last 3 months or 3 years. If you're just in there to make it from 0 to 50, it'll last a month and a half for you. Literally, because it's not hard to level in this game, as everybody said tonight. If you want to get involved in the questing and you want to get involved in a little bit of the PvP, get involved in the economic aspect of the game, it can last you a couple years is what we're looking at. Plus, they're going to be adding stuff with this. They ain't even unveiled the total northern continent yet. We just have a little sliver on the bottom like this. So there is a lot they've got planned for this game. I think, Deuce, you said what? Somebody said they're actually planning like 7 continents when it's all said and done. Was that you, or that must have been Arthrodon?
Probably.
That was probably Arthrodon.
Probably Arthrodon. But so is it worth it? Yeah, I'd say it's worth it. I'm investing in it.
I got something to add to that. Here's the thing. Out of the hundreds of people that I know that play ArcheAge or that have tried ArcheAge, okay, only one person out of hundreds has said, yeah, it's not for me. Now, I know people, but then on the other hand, we have people who got beta keys last weekend, and a bunch of them are now alpha members.
Yeah, they bought the alpha package.
So, I mean, is it worth it to me? Yeah, but I'm biased. I love the game. Is it worth it to everybody? Time will tell.
Tell you what, I'm reluctant to spend more than 20 or 30 bucks on a game, especially if it's going to be free to play. And I've never regretted dropping 150 on this game.
I got bribed.
I tell you what, I'm
glad I did.
JoJo and I were looking at this game pretty hard. We started looking at it about 7-8 months ago. And I figured, let me jump in TeamSpeak one night. I hadn't actually been playing any games for a while.
A long while?
It had been a while. I lived out in the middle of the sticks for a while, and we didn't have, nothing but satellite internet. But so we got up here.
Indoor plumbing?
No, we didn't have. Yes, we had indoor plumbing. But I got on. I jumped
threw you off
into
your game, didn't I?
And I jumped into TeamSpeak and I was looking for Memo and Steel because I heard they'd been playing. And man, I found them in the ArcheAge channel, and there was
40
like
people in there.
there was 47 people in there, and I was like, my God, what in the world is going on here? And they're like, oh, we're doing a trade pack run. I'm like, what the heck is a trade pack run? So they's like, well, check this out, and they started streaming it, and I was like, this looks freaking awesome. I mean, I was like, let me ask everybody in this channel, did every one of y'all pay $150 to play this game? And everybody's like, yeah, do it again. I was like, crap. Now I got to shell out. I got to shell out $300 for me and Joe, and end up buying 4 accounts. So yeah,
That's Daddy Bear, Daddy.
See, kids are expensive.
Yeah. So
Live long, die happy. Wants to know how to join ArcheAge Grievance.
Dragon Faith posted a link there, which is interesting because we haven't been able to post links yet, but he posted a link. And once again, you can look on the title page right there between all 4 of us. You'll see a yellow G. It's not a hurricane symbol, it's a G. A yellow G. Look below it, www.grievancegaming.org.
Cedric,
you want to answer this?
I was going to say, let me handle this one because I'm a solo player at heart too. Okay, you can solo this whole game to an extent, but this game is built on the cohesiveness of a really well-built guild. Okay, so while you could level to 50 by yourself, in fact, I do all my leveling by myself, to be honest with you, unless somebody calls for help. But outside of that, just because of the depthness of crafting and everything else, and the way I equate crafting in this game is that's your in-game rating for gear. That's the kind of gear that comes from crafting. The best gear in this game comes from crafting. And to be able to get all that gear and stuff, you have to have a well-organized guild that is, has big depth into crafting and stuff.
And you're going to want to. I mean, he's right. You can solo from 1 to 50, but when you get there, it's just, you just solo to 1 to 50. It's really nice to be with a group of people. I'm not kidding you. If somebody ganks one of our members and they continually gank them out in a contested zone, they usually get about 10 to 20 of us. So it's really nice to have people out there to play with.
All it takes is one person say, this level 50 is ganking me in Cinderstone. All of a sudden, X, all the X's go up, boom, we form, boom, we teleport. They're not getting ganked no more.
Yeah. Now, I mean, in reality, you could probably do a lot, even solo. You can do your questing. You can get you a small farm. You can get you a large farm. You can, get a house. But even doing all that stuff by yourself is going to be a difficult task to do solo. But that can be done. But there is going to come a time when you're not going to be able to do it by yourself. You're going to either have to be, start trading for other resources. You're going to have to be looking for people to make your armor. You're going to reach a point to where you just can't do any more by yourself. So, either you're going to be hiring mercenaries to help you run trade packs, or just find you a really good group, that you can group up with and, be a part of that community.
Yeah. And that's not even to mention the naval warfare or the siege warfare. You're not going to be able to do that by yourself.
Right.
No, matter of fact, back to Diocese's question about owning a ship, you don't want to go out there by yourself, but
yeah,
it's totally open PvP on the water, and you want friends.
I'll tell you though, there is nothing like the rush when you get into a cannon battle in the open seas. That is pure adrenaline.
You don't even have to get on a cannon battle. When we were making our way toward that, hi Bear.
Hi, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
She's heading off to work.
Hi, Joe. When we were making our way to the harbor to drop off those trade packs, I mean, you could feel the adrenaline rush. We had 2 galleons going side by side, and we had one person calling out the radar on one, the other person calling out the radar on the other. The skippers were making adjustments. I was giving orders, and it was a rush because everybody was quiet. We told everybody clear comms, no talking, no nothing. Of course, every once in a while somebody would, but it wasn't bad. And I mean, the adrenaline was just stoked going there. I see a ship. What is it? Clipper, you know, this belonged to this guild, this person. I mean, it was very mechanical and methodical the way we got over there, and we did what we had to do, and then we sank some guy's clipper that harpooned us.
But see, you know, even if that doesn't appeal to you, just the view on the water is amazing.
Ooh, man.
Probably the best water I've seen in a game ever.
It really is.
You know, we haven't even touched, you know, for those that don't know, the secret quests that are in the game, the underwater dungeons that can only be opened by finding, you know, the right ghost at the bottom of the ocean, you know, and there's just so much to this game. Even us, Grievance, we haven't even explored probably half the game yet. I mean, it's just so much out there.
Yep, there you go. So, there's us sailing right there.
And by the way, that's only one raid.
Yeah.
That's one raid group.
Yeah, we had more than one raid that night. That was a good night.
That was a really good night.
There's my ship.
Yep.
All the guys just hoping it's an enemy. See, it says right there, I really want to shoot something.
Yeah.
Who was that?
I think it was Kelly.
Kelly.
Well, I hope she got a chance to light that guy up in the harbor. That'd have been pretty cool.
Yeah, I know Marissa was just absolutely bouncing off the freaking walls when she got to fire her cannon on that ship. She was like, ah!
She was excited when she got that infamy points for killing that dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We told her she was going to jail. She's like, oh, my God.
Oh, no, go to jail. But anyway, guys, we'll end it here. Parting thoughts, as always. Bear.
Hey, congratulations to everybody that won a beta key. I hope you enjoy the beta. I hope you come in and give us a shout out in game. Hope you come join us if you get the chance. I'm thoroughly enjoying the betas. You know, we've got some big plans that we're trying to implement. So I look forward to seeing everybody and working with everybody.
Deuce.
Where to start? Never mind. I'll see y'all. Thoughtless. No, I'll see you in game.
August.
Just come join us out. We are always looking for more to join the family. You're always welcome, and we'll have some fun.
Absolutely. You know, the game's phenomenal. There's a lot of good games out there. I think this game is absolutely the sleeper hit of the year. No doubt about it. It is not only stunningly beautiful, it's got so many different things to do, and as we've talked about many, many times, it really encourages you to join a guild. Now, that being said, we need more guild functions. Try on more guild functions, more ranks, please. But
I do have one parting thought. Did we mention in the cast what we're doing in beta?
Oh, getting a castle.
Yes, we will have a castle before end of beta.
Mark my words. Keep it out, one way or the other. Y'all stay safe. This has been Steelheart, Bear, Deuce, August, the Aurorian Age, Grievance Global Gaming. We will see y'all in game. Stay safe.
Have a good one, guys.